Hey folks, welcome to another edition of Fishing Saskatchewan. Today Smitty and I are out at Lake Diefenbaker and it's the third week of June and we're looking for some late spring walleye.
Yeah, we found ourselves a nice little bay here. The walleye should be on pretty good. We got a pretty good morning so far, but it looks like there might be some weather rolling in. Hopefully we can get some walleye on before it hits.
Right on, so we'll be pulling some spinner rigs, maybe doing some jigging, crawlers, leeches, kind of typical spring walleye stuff.
Yeah, they should be on the live bait here. Looks like it should be a pretty good day.
Right on, let's get at it.
All right, let's do it.
You're watching Fishing Saskatchewan, brought to you in part by The Fishing Hole. Get hooked at The Fishing Hole. North Sask Farm Equipment, Highway 16 North Battleford. Come see us for all your recreational and agricultural needs. And Alumacraft, built by fishermen for fishermen.
Yeah, we've had a few hits almost immediately after we put our line down. Fish seem to be sitting in about 8 to 10 feet of water right now. But as the day goes, I mean, that could change. Walleye will go a little bit deeper. But so far it's pretty encouraging.
Fish on?
Yep. Feels pretty good. Not a bad fish. Now that's a pretty typical Lake Diefenbaker walleye.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, in June you're going to be getting those fish all day.
Which is a great problem to have.
Yeah.
I mean, we might see some, obviously there's giant walleye in this reservoir.
Yeah.
But, on a day like today, you're going to get so many of those that, you may get a 4 or a 5. Feels like another typical walleye. Oh, about the same. Oh, spit it.
Yeah. That's another fish on the blade.
Another fish on the blade, yeah. Another typical Diefenbaker walleye.
This guy's a little bit smaller. But same thing, worm rig. I'm using a little bit different than the one Steve's using. Mine's got a little float on it as opposed to a blade. There's some walleye. Like I said, Diefenbaker in June, you get that all day long. Very nice.
As we suspected, they seem to be concentrated around the points, eh?
Yeah. You gotta pay pretty close attention to your rod here. Off of these points there's so much rock. And Steve and I are both running bait rigs, but they're running slightly different styles. Steve's got a spinner blade on his, which acts as an attractant for the fish. And then he's running a night crawler. Mine's a float rig, so instead of having the spinner blade on, I've got just a small plastic float. And all it's gonna do is just raise the night crawler up off the bottom, another 2-3 inches, depending on how quick we're going. I mean, if we were at a dead standstill, it would obviously raise it up a little bit more. It just gets it up off the bottom a little bit to get it kind of more into the strike zone. They're both good techniques, and we're going to see which one is the better pattern, and then probably both switch to that.
Sometimes it just comes down to the better fisherman, though.
Well, I've only got one so far, though, so that can't be it.
Feels a little better, hey?
A little better than the first one, that's for sure. But he hit a lot harder, which is nice to see. Well, it's pretty much the same fish, eh?
Pretty much the same fish, but we could say it 100 times. Yeah, you're gonna get them all day long.
Yeah, another nice fish. The thing I like about that one is, compared to what we were seeing earlier, that was a very, very aggressive strike, which hopefully that means that they're really getting ready to feed here. So. Still got him. Just a little one. Oh, look at that.
Hey?
Perch. Not a monster, but nice little guy. You hit that hard. Get that out. There we go.
Not a bad little guy.
A nice little perch, yeah.
Oh, a pike. Pike? Oh.
Could be. That's our first pike of the day. Little guy we pulled up, trying a little bit different water. We're a little deeper right now, about 20 feet. Right off the bottom.
Pick that one up a little bit deeper, hey?
A little bit, yeah.
Seems later in the morning they're moving out. It's a pretty aggressive hit. Could be a sign of what we got to be doing. Again, that's a little under what the average is here, but at least we found it. That is 27 species in Lake Diefenbaker. You're bound to get more than one, hey? Boy, that was an aggressive hit. Not a bad looking fish though. 2-pound pike maybe. Hit the old pink jig with a leech. There you go, nice one. Nice.
Our little walleye hopped into the net.
Yeah, just
Look at
jumped
that.
right in.
Just barely hooked, but he had a good strike at that. Game on. Look at him run. That's not a walleye. It's coming up.
Rainbow, maybe. Oh, I got one. Oh!
Suckers in this bay, maybe, or whitefish?
I just had a pike bite me off. That could be a rainbow. No, pike. Double header pike action.
I knew right away after I hooked that it wasn't a walleye.
Healthy population of pike that size.
Oh.
I think it may have been the right call to come to the windy side.
I'm surprised. Like the way it hit at first, I'm surprised it was a pike. But like after I had it hooked, when it ran like that, I knew for sure it wasn't a walleye.
Just felt a little tap. Oh, still there. Oh. It's got a little more to him than, oh. Look at that. Jumbo perch. Nice. Now, just like Smitty, that's 4 species on the day. Yeah, that's a nice one. If we were keeping perch, that would be a good size to keep, eh?
Good parent size, yeah.
Right on. We'll get that guy back. Gone. Hooked one going fairly fast. Oh,
Whitefish? Spit.
spit. It flew out of the water. I thought it was a rainbow. Well, we've had a great day on Lake Diefenbaker today. We pretty much found what we thought we'd find, some nice late spring Lake Diefenbaker walleye.
Yeah, we mixed it up a little bit too. We caught 4 other species of fish, basically fishing the same bay, so we really had a great day out here. Folks, if you live in Saskatchewan, if you're visiting here, you want a great place to come fish, come check out Lake Diefenbaker. It's absolutely one of this province's best fisheries.
Yeah, and you know, like we have our really nice Lumacraft boat here, but you don't need a boat to fish this lake. It's one of the best spots to come if you want to do some shore fishing as well.
Absolutely, it's a fantastic fishery and it's easily accessible for everybody. Folks, thanks for joining us. Until next time, we'll see you on the water.
Fishing Saskatchewan, brought to you in part by The Fishing Hole. Get hooked at The Fishing Hole. North Sask Farm Equipment, Highway 16 North Battleford. Come see us for all your recreational and agricultural needs. And a Lumacraft, built by fishermen for fishermen.